Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's a little chilly here on Williams Hill, but we're back at the Westminster School in Simsbury, Connecticut. It's Luke Rodriguez, the classic, with my man, the myth, the legend. It's Simon Stamba, and we are back to you, and we're back at it again for another girls varsity hockey game where they take on Frederick Gunn Highlanders. Now, the Highlanders have a little bit of a better schedule, a little bit of a better record than the Westminster Martlets, but the Martlets beat and won against Canterbury in their last game 6-2. It was an incredible game. It was a fast-paced game. Unfortunately, Simon and I couldn't make it to call it, but it was a great game. We're looking for another great game right here. Both teams ready to battle at it, ready to go head-to-head. Simon, you know, if you can tell me a little bit about these last two teams and the last two games that they've played, you know, why don't you share with us? I'm sure everybody's interested to hear.
Well, it's a bit of a tale of two different stories so far this season. Frederick Gunn Highlanders definitely looking a bit strong coming into this one as they capitalize on a win against Taft 4-1 while only previously tying to Millbrook 1-1, which is similar to how the Martlets tied to them earlier in the season. For the Martlets currently, however, they've had a huge win against the Canterbury Saints. The Frederick Gunn Highlanders rival capitalizing, winning 6-2 on that one. However, they've had a bit of a poor stretch recently, losing to Lawrenceville 4-5 and to Taft to 1-2. Both these teams, however, are very skilled as the Martlets try to carry that momentum into this one. And even talking with the coaches, that's one of their goals. It's just after that win, that 6-2 win, you definitely want to try to capitalize on that. I mean, they stress that importance on that, along with just trying to keep it focused, focus on their game, focus on keeping the puck in their zone, or in Frederick Gunn zone, working that offense, trying to make it work, along with putting in the effort, outworking your team every chance you get. That's really what we practice here, grit and grace, trying to envelop it into these players.
I love that, Simon. Warm-ups are now over. We'll head to our starting lineups, our officials. For tonight's matchup, we have Brendan Reed for our first official. Alongside him will be Jeff Cross, and then we have one linesman as usual, Bob Olson. We'll get back to you with the starting lineups just in a quick second. But first, a little word, just so that nobody's worried. There will be a goalie change for the Martlets. Kate Epke will be starting in tonight's matchup, number 29, and then Liesel Kosorik, number 30, will be coming in. Both goalies having a little bit of issues with their lower body, but nothing to worry about because they're still fully healthy. They're still fully ready to go, and they're ready to get this game going, and they're very excited for tonight's matchup as we talk to Coach Ugaldi before this one.
And what really separates the Martlets from other teams is that their depth at the goalie position. You have Kate Epke, one of the most nimble in net, able to make those diving saves. Just an amazing goalie. And you have Korik, who's kind of developing under Epke. You know, they might be in the same class, but both of them share that really unique talent of just being able to get in front of the puck, make those saves, and really push these goal scorers.
Your starting lineups for tonight's the two teams that will be going head-to-head, Martlets and the Highlanders. For the Highlanders, we have Emily Kraus in net. Alongside her defenseman will be number 27. That is Cadence Wright. And next to her on the other side will be Mia Merrill. Martlets with a huge jump of energy to start. But then we'll have Skylar Toffolo, number 2. Number 5, Riley Puskar. And in the middle will be number 12, Maria Glishannon. And classic for the Westminster Martlets, it's number 5, Adrian Hall, centered by number 17, Maya Palastri. And on the other wing will be number 9, Bella Zapata. The two defensemen will be number 14, Remy Morello. And with her partner will be number 11, Mana Shida. It's going to be a good game for tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Luke Rodriguez, Simon Stamba back at it again. We haven't done a girls game in a little bit, but we are very excited to get going once again, as the Martlets have put incredible pressure early in this game, as Kraus has stopped a good amount of shots to start, as we are now a minute in to this game.
One of the Martlets' trademarks of both of these teams, boys and girls, is that speed, and you definitely can see it so far in this game. Coming out lightning quick, putting that pressure on Kraus, and just trying to find those goals.
A little bit of jump right back from the Highlanders, as now they'll work the offensive zone. Quick shot in front, doesn't get all the way through. And now the Highlanders looking to work with it. Kuzo sends it down and around. Herkala will go after it for the Martlets. It is stopped and brought back down by Blake. In front, shot pad saved by Epke. Herkala whiffs on the first one, spinning off, and she's tied up. And the puck leaves the zone as the Martlets go for a change. Racing back for it is Brianna White. White, nice move to the outside. She'll obtain the red line and then the blue line as she gets the puck deep into the Martlet zone. White still with it, kicking it to her teammate Cunningham. Cunningham sending in front, and a blocked shot there. And Chasen, I believe, was tied up at center ice. No call, and the Highlanders will get it deep into the zone. Morello will go after it with a charging Cunningham. Chasen finds Filippetti. Filippetti now one-on-one. She makes a nice move and gets it deep into the zone. Dodd up the boards. Stopped as Spitz. And right back was Dodd as she tries to break out of the zone. Filippetti still has it, and Filippetti will dump it down. Merrill survey. Two nice moves from Suppen. And the puck still in the Highlanders zone as Zapata goes after it to try to keep the pressure going. Boolinger sends it up. Taken right back by Filippetti, and Pilastri can't seem to hold on to it, but now here comes Bella Zapata. Zapata just missing the puck twice, and a third time as it slides off of her stick. Hall charges after it. Merrill will pick it up as she surveys the ice. Mia Merrill now obtaining the red line and trying to dump it in. Pilastri skates hard, and Merrill will be able to get it into the zone. On the backhand, Morello, and sending that one is Rose, and it's quickly picked up once again by Merrill. Hall races after it. And the Highlanders looking to get down a huge hook right in front, no call. And now the Highlanders looking to break out of their zone once again. Robertson on the forecheck. Toffolo setting it cross ice behind the stick of Wright, and Wright will get it down into the zone.
A lot of really nice plays so far for this Highlanders team, making those nice passes and really pushing up in the offensive zone.
Juronic. The Bartletts lose their battle up along the half boards, and it's sent down. Herkala finds Chasen. Chasen off the backhand. It's intercepted. Cross ice pass finding the stick of Cuts. And a penalty now on, I believe, the Martlets. Excuse me, wrong. On Frederick Gunn. It is going to be a hold on number 12, Maria Glashannon. I didn't see it fully, but the Martlets now have an opportunity to get onto the power play for the first time tonight. And let's see what they can do. 13 minutes, 19 seconds to go. Having a bit of issue with the clock right now as we wait for puck drop. So far, a lot of pressure from the Martlets coming quickly. And right back have been the Highlanders, but Not as much as the Martlets. Martlets definitely have had full momentum in today's game.
And that's definitely because of their speed so far. I mean, you can watch Bella Zapata here just dance with the puck, just how usually using that speed, really pushing up in the zone. And especially now in these power plays, you can definitely see them outline and try to use that speed to the fullest.
Pilastri at the point. We'll send it down for Zapata. Zapata carrying, giving it back over Pilastri. Pilastri to Sheeta. Sheeta's shot on net. In front, shoulder save, and 2 great saves by Kraus, and the puck finds the stick of Izzy Blake, and Blake will go into it 1v2. She'll pull, drag shot, and save by Epke. But my goodness, Emily Kraus, 2-6 saves right at the end. We'll see the shot on Epke by Izzy Blake. And that was incredible. Faceoff was won back by the Highlanders, and the Martlets will look to break out. A minute left on their power play. Robertson finding the stick of Chasen. Chasen trying to make a nice move at the blue line. And the puck finds the stick of Kuzo. Kuzo on the backhand cycles it down. And now here comes Chasen for the Martlets. Piper Chasen walks in, shot, rebound, poke checked away, so Spitz couldn't get the finish. Chasen will send it down. Merrill can't seem to find the outside of the zone. Puck is sent down. Pilastri has it. Pilastri sending it in front for Zapata. Zapata is tied up in front. Final 10 seconds to go in the Martlet power play.
Martlet's really trying to push up here, trying to execute on these last couple seconds.
Nice play, tipped in front, save Kraus, rebound is covered, and Emily Kraus and the Highlanders have successfully cleared this penalty. And we are still tied at 0. A great penalty kill from Frederick Gunn.
Kraus's awareness right now is really top-notch. I mean, you're watching her spread out in the butterfly, watching her utilize her body and just really make sure she's stopping the puck. And you can even see it there when she dropped to the butterfly and held it down. Just amazing awareness from this young athlete.
Robertson on the backhand, looking to find Laura B. And the Highlanders keep it into the zone. Sheeta up to Larrabee. Larrabee whiffs on it. And here are the Highlanders. Long backhand saucer pass, gets all the way through, no shot on net. The Highlanders now putting on a lot of pressure in the Martlet zone. Here's Filippetti chipping and trying to walk around. She picks it up. She'll send it up to the point, and it finds the outside of the zone. Hercala is there to retrieve it as she goes D to D to Filippetti. Filippetti sending it back down, no icing. And the Martlets are going to get called, and it's going to be Piper Chasen, number 18, who's going to get a penalty for cross-checking, and right back is Frederick Gunn.
This is a really good opportunity to try to utilize that power play. They've been really successful all season trying to utilize on the 5-on-4, and you could probably see it here just trying to work that zone like they've done across the entire season and try to score goals.
The Highlanders setting up in their zone, in the Martlet zone. Wraparound shot was blocked. Trying to catch Epke on edge, with that one. A nice set play. I've seen that one a couple of times. I believe the Westminster boys team, the varsity boys team, used that type of play about 2 years ago. And I get to see it again with the Highlanders. Minute to go. Shot missing wide. Back up to the point for Wright. Walking, shooting, pad save, rebound, poke checked, and just crossing the blue line. And now here's Wright. Hercala with a nice step up to dump it into the zone. Kraus will come out of the net, and picking it up for Gunn was Kuzo. Kuzo giving it over, and then a long cross-ice pass. Keeping that on side, just Toffolo. Toffolo will give it back to Cotton, and Cotton will give it cross-ice. And it goes on net. Final 25 seconds to go. Martlett's wrapping the puck. And now here comes Zapata racing after for it. And Dodd says no with the 50-50 puck chase.
Dodd really good at utilizing that body there and just being able to cut off that rush. And if she hadn't, that might have been a possible breakaway for Zapata. And we know how good she is. You always capitalizing on those opportunities.
We're back to even strength. Here's Adrian Hall. Hall around the net. And Gunn is going to get a call. And it's going to be number 11, Mia Merrill, who's going to get called for a hold. 3 penalties back to back. And the goalies, we might have another battle of the goaltenders, Simon. You've heard us say it once again, but I mean, it is just so true. The goalies are standing on top of their heads game after game after game. We've seen Epke do it. We've seen Kosarik do it. And we might see Emily Kraus do it. She's been peppered with shots already, and we're about halfway through the first period, and she has had very little close calls.
And when you definitely take a look at Preps women's hockey, it always comes down just about the game plan. What plays are we trying to utilize here to create the shots, and definitely how can these goalies weather that storm? And ultimately, usually it boils down to which goalie can just outplay the other team's playbook, you know. We have about 7 minutes and 6 seconds left here. About 1 minute and 30 seconds left on this power play for the Martlets. Now Martlets really trying to keep it in the offensive zone, but the gunnery trying to force their will here.
Chasen obtaining the red line and dumping it down into the zone. Going after it to pick it up is White, and White will ice the puck. And it's picked up by Hercala. Hercala looks, and she'll find Robertson, who then finds Spitz. Spitz racing after the 50-50 puck. Wins the battle. Pulls up. And the Martlets try to keep it in the zone. And it finds the outside. And here's Wright. Final 30 seconds. Kuzo over the blue line, gets tripped up a little bit. Hercala will send it to the blue line. And it finds the outside, and now a 2-on-1. It's Zapata and Hall. Hall back, Zapata shot. Hall shot.
Just going a little bit over there, you know, just a nice work on that 2-on-1, but just Hall couldn't get the puck where she wanted it to be there.
And we're back to even strength. That was Zapata to Hall, and Hall shot off the pad. Rebound unable to be put in the back of the net. Here's White. D to D to Kurtz. Kurtz finding the center. Is intercepted by Chasen. Puck sits in the slot, and it's picked up by Juranic, who then quickly loses it. And Cunningham now has it. Long cross-ice pass to Boolinger. Both teams trying to get it deep into the zone and go to work. Spitz will get it down, and the Martlets will change. Quickly, though, right back is Gunn. Toffolo hoping to get it down. Larrabee sends it outside of the zone. And then once again, Robertson. Merrill will go D to D to Dodd. Dodd gives it up. Indirect pass, finding the stick of Glishannon. Both teams tripped up. No call. Right back, nice move to the middle. Poke checked off, shot and save by Epke as Gilshannon's original shot gets poke checked off, finds the stick of White, and White will shoot it, and Epke saw it the whole way.
Yeah, Epke's doing an amazing job so far, and a lot of the goalies so far kind of dealing with these knee injuries, and Epke really weathering the storm and just using grit and grace. Send in front.
2 shots in front, just missing the outside to the net. Another quick pass in front, shot, another great save by Epke. And just like I said before, it's another battle of the goaltenders for sure. Here we go. Here's Zapata who trips up. Hall, shot, missing the net wide. Inside of the slot. White sends it up to Blake. Blake to the outside. Gretzky curls. Saucer pass over to the blue line. Nobody's there. And now Gunn will have to regroup. Hall pickpockets. Shot gets tipped and goes wide as Wright sticks her stick out. Pass through the middle, gets intercepted. And now flying into the zone is Dodd. Dodd walking her way through the middle and losing the puck to the Martlets. Cunningham is denied on that opportunity. Filippetti's shot, glove save by Krause.
And these two teams really rallying into each other's zones right now and really going back and forth, punch for punch here. And you could see, Gunn really, you saw that on the last couple of shots, really working that offensive zone, finding the paths in front. But the Martlets as well have really done a nice job of just clearing it, making those defensive maneuvers, poke checking, hip body checking, and being able to, create the separation that they need.
Shot is blocked in front. Gunn now looking to set up. Cunningham loses the puck to Robertson. Robertson with a nice move. And now Robertson will get the puck out of the zone, finding Larrabee. Larrabee gets it deep. And picking it up is Wright. Wright surveys the ice. And the puck doesn't get into the Martlet zone. It's picked up by Zapata off the 50-50. Zapata's shot is blocked, stays in Jackson rink. Zapata going to work in the corner. Morello, slap shot. And Suppin now with it. Suppin pulls up, shot, doesn't go. Pad save off of the rebound. Epke's there to stop it. High flip. Trying to find the stick of Zapata. Zapata goes in 4 checks. D to D. Robertson after it hard. And eventually, the Highlanders and Izzy Herkala is going to get called for a for head contact. 45 seconds to go in this first period, and Herkala is going to get a 2-minute penalty for head contact or a high stick. It was kind of hard to tell. Either way, 4 penalties in the first period, 2 for each teams, and the goaltenders have been able to weather each storm every single time. We'll see what the Highlanders can do, as Hall is going to flip the puck up and out of the zone. Racing after it is Spitz.
And these two teams really, Gunn just trying to get back on the horse here. Saddle up, get down, try to get some momentum built so they can walk into that second period, hanging their heads a little high, hopefully trying to utilize the remaining of the power play minutes, while the Martlets now just trying to hang on tight, kill this power play, and just try to take it from there.
Looks like Gunn will go into the first intermission with no shots. That'll do it. A good first period. It's been a battle so far. The goaltenders have stood tall. Emily Krause and Kate Epke have been playing out of their minds so far. Let's see if they can continue that. It's going to be hard for these two teams to score. The Martlets will be down 1 for 1 minute and 13 seconds as we enter the second period, but we'll see you back after this ice cut. And we are back for the second and middle frame of tonight's matchup. It's Westminster and it's Frederick Gunn. 0-0. There's been 4 penalties so far in the first period. And guess what? Both Kate Epke and Emily Krause have stood on top of their heads to keep this game even. Now the Martlets still have to kill 1 minute and 13 seconds on their last penalty. Can the Frederick Gunn Highlanders get the job done and find the back of the net against Epke? Simon, what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, it's a clash between goalies. I mean, you've said it all game long, and you could really see that these two teams are really competing right now. And I think Frederick Gunn so far has really pushed the Martlets physically and just defensively. They've been able to control their zone, control the pace of this game, and really have just imposed their will onto this team. However, the Martlets' speed and talent has really shined through. And when Frederick Gunn tries to impose and be that dominant force, Martlets just comes back with that speed and that exhilaration, just moving. These two teams, very talented, but it's definitely going to be a one for the books.
You're absolutely right. Nice toe save there by Epke. 25 seconds to go. Hall will high flip it out of the zone. No icing. Racing after it is Spitz and Blake. Blake sending it over to Merrill. Merrill's going to leave it. And now Gunn enters Westminster's zone. Right, shot, looking for a tip in front, goes wide. Rebound sent to the corner, picked up by Kuzo. Kuzo around, fires, whiffs on the shot, and the puck goes down to the corner. Blake sending it up to the point, right back down to Blake. Blake pass in front, one-timer goes through the stick of Suppin. Pilastri loses the puck at the blue line. And now here's Robertson giving it over to Pilastri. Maya Pilastri. And the puck gets tied up in her stick. Now here's an opportunity as Chasen is interfered with. Almost getting on the breakaway. Pilastri tried to send it in front, and Chasen just gliding the blue line and gets hit.
I mean, once again, Gunn just being a bit more physical here than the Martlets, but the Martlets really dancing with him. He had that opportunity there on the breakaway by Pilastri. It looks like she decided to dump it in. But, Martlets really just trying to use that speed and just kind of race around this Gunn team.
D to D as Robertson sends it into the zone. Pass in front is blocked after Chasen tried to get the job done. Here's Wright. Wright walks in. Shot is blocked by Robertson. Hall in the corner. Gets it over to Spitz. Spitz can't seem to get it out of the zone. Pass comes right back in front.
A lot of bouncing puck, a lot of movement in front, but really Gunn just being able to control that despite the tight defense by the Martlets. Really pushing up here. Gunn trying to get back into that zone, really start to impose their will like they had throughout this game. Excuse me.
Gunn breaking the puck out of the zone into at center ice. Sheeta will pick it up and send it back down into the zone after obtaining the red line. Larrabee goes after, using her body to check one off the puck. And the puck finds the stick of Morello. Morello walks to the middle, shot, doesn't get all the way through. Morello once again, shot, she scores! It's the captain, number 14, Remy Morello! And she gets the job done early in this second period, and it's pretty much by herself. We'll take a look. Walks the point. Shot gets blocked, and she picks up her rebound and will beat Kraus far side just below the blocker.
And you could really see that grit and determination for Remy Morello, the team captain there, pulling up, getting a shot up for that rebound, and then just following through, catching her on her own stride, finishing and capturing this lead early in the second period.
Bella Zapata will draw a tripping penalty. It is against Frederick Gunn, and I might be Maria Gilshannon, who's in the box. But now the Martlets, once again, an opportunity to keep their lead going. Sheeta sending it over. Merrill will intercept it, give it over to Wright. Right back to Merrill. And Merrill dumping it down. Sheeta will go after it. Giving it over to Pilastri. Pilastri up. Can't seem to find the stick of Spitz. Sheeta over to Pilastri. Pilastri now gaining speed through the neutral zone.
And the Martlets did an amazing job so far in this game, just controlling that neutral zone and putting the puck where they want to have it.
Chasen leaving it for Spitz. Spitz gives it up to the point for Robertson. Robertson walks in. Big shot and a glove save by Kraus. 50 seconds to go. 13 minutes to go in the period with 50 seconds to go on the power play, excuse me.
Marlets really need to capitalize here and just try to build off of that lead. You know, Morello setting the tempo with that goal, just really trying to look to build on that and capitalize to really take control of this game.
Spitz shot will go high and wide over the net. And the puck no icing. Right in her own zone. Spinning and dancing with the puck. Gives it over to Merrill. Mercalo steps down, trying to keep the puck inside the zone, and it finds the outside, and it's now a 2-on-1. It's Kuzo giving it over to Cross. Back to Kuzo. Shot, and she scores the one-timer. Kuzo from Blake. It's Sophia Kuzo, number 8, and number 9, Izzy Blake. A nicely executed 2-on-1. And we're tied at 1. Short-handed goal. 5 seconds to go on the penalty kill.
And
the Highlanders getting it done.
And that was just really clean, you know, the 2-on-1 there. Pass back and forth, you know, leaving Epke wide open from behind and just laying that one nice in there to tie things up shorthanded.
And Zapata will get boarded. She goes into the boards head first.
And she is down.
And that is a sight you do not want to see. We'll take a look. She just goes straight into the boards. Head first. Zapata's up, and she's skating by herself. Big thanks to Brian, our trainer, and Coach Ugaldi for helping her out as they leave the ice. Hopefully we see the return of Bella Zapata, as she is definitely a key player for this Martlet team. But still 12 minutes to go in this period.
And that's just a scary hit all around, you know. And definitely as a team, just kind of seeing that, you definitely want to try to play this game out for her, you know. Really just try to focus on the game, because, you know, those hits there, you don't like to see them at all.
No. Hall trying to send it up to the point for Morello. And the puck finds the outside of the zone. Morello will go out to retrieve it behind her own net, looking to set up. Pass gets tipped. Chasen will get it just outside the zone. And it's dumped right back in. Pilastri now with it. Pilastri loses it. Hall waits for it. Now here's Adrian Hall giving over to Sheeta. Sheeta up to Pilastri. Pilastri gets it into the zone. And now here's Wright for the Highlanders. Wright through the neutral zone, over the red line, and Lara B is going to get called for a trip. And the Martlets, once again, will go back on the penalty kill, and Frederick Gunn will go on to the power play for the third time tonight.
Gunn trying to capitalize here on the power play, take this lead in stride. You know, they did it shorthanded, able to tie the game up, but now trying to reorganize themselves and really attack and approach this offensive zone with a bit more experience now.
We can see Gunn trying to find the best zone entry to set up into theirs in the Martlet zone and get this power play jump started. Herkala gets the puck, sending it off the boards, and it goes all the way down, killing some time off of the clock. Mia Merrill will go after it. Merrill will find the stick of Wright. Wright dropping it back for Merrill. Wright still with the puck, a minute left to go. Robertson will go to forecheck. Up against. And now Hall. Hall wins the battle, and Hall all by herself in the corner. Hall still battling for it against three Highlanders. Merrill sends it up the board for Blake. Blake down and around her net, and back 30 seconds to go. Pilastri leaving it for Herkala. Finding Hall. Hall's shot is blocked by Merrill.
And really, Martlet's, the onslaught, despite being shorthanded here, have really rallied now and really have pushed themselves up throughout this game.
Their first shot just as time runs out on the power play. And now we'll see the goalie change. Kay Epke with the final save of her night. And now Lisa Kosorek will come in net for the Martlets.
And I just got news that Bella Zapata has returned back from her injury I saw her walking over to the bench, so still questions being asked whether she may return. However, we know that the injury, despite being huge, has her.
Sorry, Simon.
Oh, you go.
Glad to see Zapata's back, but Kosarik with her first save of the night right off of the face-off. One-timer shot blocked by Chasen. Spitz trying to win the 50-50 puck battle. It's brought back by Gunn and Toffolo. Toffolo trying to cycle it down, picked up by Sheeta. Sheeta will get it outside the zone, and quickly right back is Bullinger. Bullinger sends it down and around. Sheeta goes after it alongside Toffolo. Toffolo will win the puck battle. Toffolo back up to the point. Sheeta gives it over. D-to-D pass. Walks in. Tripped up on her on herself. And now here's Chasen trying to get the one-on-one. And Chasen will dump it into the zone. 8 minutes to go.
Looks like offsides will be called. Marlets really rallying here, really putting their best foot forward, really pushing themselves here. Gunn doing the same. Really, both teams pretty equally matched so far, entering tied here into the second.
Pilastri trying to give the puck over to Hall on 3-on-2. And now here's Zapata. Zapata losing it in the neutral zone. And all Martlets swarming from each side. And now here's Bella Zapata to the outside. Zapata walks in, shot. CEO hit the crossbar. I thought it went in, but it didn't. I was waiting for the referee's hand. It hits the post on the short side. And we're still even at 1. Hercala in her own zone. Gives it over to Chasen. Chasen loses it. Hercala gets it right back, and Hercala will send it around. Picked up by Filippetti. Filippetti to Spitz. Spitz gets pickpocketed. And now Gunn walks in, shot way wide. Toffolo picks it up. Chasen leave it at the point. Shot, rebound, loose in front. The diving Kosarik. And Liesl Kosarik with 3 great saves.
A lot of gruffling against the boards here as the players fight for the puck.
Hercala breaking it out to Spitz. Spitz will turn back with it and go D-to-D to Filippetti, who was indirected off the boards, down, and icing is called. We'll take a look back at Zapata's half breakaway. She walks in, she'll shoot it, and if you look at the dead center, you can see it hit off the crossbar.
It's great to see her back out there, especially after a scary hit like that. And shot goes up, but missed. But as I was saying, it's really good to see Zapata back out there after a scary hit. You know, definitely, you know, I keep coming back to this, but the grit and grace of this Martlets team really showing up there. As now you can see Zapata enter back onto this ferocious line here, highlighted by the Millbury commit, Adrian Hall. You know, these two players, they've combined for a lot of the Martlets points, and you could definitely see why this connection that they have, almost unbreakable.
Morello shooting it on net and then going after to get her own rebound. Zapata keeps it in the zone. Morello shot. Soft ice pass from Hall. Can't seem to find the stick of Zapata as it goes down. Martlets will change, and the Highlanders look to break out. No icing. And a battle for it just below the goal line. Puck finds the top, and now here's Pippa Juronic. Puck is dumped down into the zone. Sheeta will pick it up. And too many men, I believe, is the call. Yes. Am I wrong? Am I right? I can't tell.
It looks like it may be because there's only 3 Martlets, never mind 4 come out on the ice.
The Martlets will go back on the penalty kill for the 4th time tonight. Alongside will Frederick Gunn go on the power play for the 4th time tonight. A bench minor for the Martlets for too many men.
And Frederick Gunn really having to try to capitalize on this power play. You know, they've had many opportunities throughout this game. But now really big one here as they have a puck in front, but it'll trickle out. But
and now Pilastri goes after it. And just out of her reach and right back now is Gunn. Pass in front, almost finding this way through Kosorik's skates. This puck is sent deep. Morello will pick it up, Sheeta in front of the net. Toffolo now with it. Trying to send it in front. Morello will battle for it. Up against Suppin, who will send it up to the point. Dancing for it at the point, then sending it. Suppin on the backhand shot and beating Kosorik on the 5-hole as she was screened. Is number 10, Emily Suppin. And it's a power play goal for Gunn as they lead the Martlets by 1 late in the 2nd period.
And Suppin doing an amazing job there, setting up that screen and just allowing that puck to sneak through Kosorik's 5-hole. Just an impressive goal to finally capitalize on the power play. Marlets having to try to strike back here with only about 3 minutes in the 2nd period.
The Marlets now really going to have to battle back for another one to tie this game up. Chasen sending it in front. Robertson, and a whistle is blown.
Both teams really working on in the offensive zone so far. Gunn so far proving be a bit more successful as they've found success 2 times so make on their trips down there. Marlets though really trying to capitalize here and use that speed that I've constantly mentioned throughout this game.
Marlets unable to fully set up as Gunn flies the zone. Move through the middle, and Kosorik doesn't have it as she's missed it. Kosorik might be a little shaken up. She misses that one, but she's right back in it with that quick stop to the short side off of a nice snapshot from Toffolo. Bella Zapata just missing Adrian Hall through the middle. Puck is dumped down, and now the Frederick Gunn School will just play dump and chase as They lead us late in the second. Shot is blocked, and it finds the outside of the zone. Is picked up by Bullinger. And here's Suppin. Her shot gets gloved down by Kosarik.
And really, Gunn has really pushed the pressure ever since capitalizing on that power play goal. They've really enforced their own intensity and really have now kind of catched the Martlets a bit lopsided. Now, hopefully, they'll be able to try to refocus things as time slowly ticks down on the second period.
Hall trying to give it to Lara B across. 1:15 to go. And now walking through, shot, pad, save, rebound. Morello is there to pick it up. Off the boards, Pilastri. She can't seem to find Hall as her pass is blocked. And now Morello, shot goes wide. Final minute of play in the second period. Slow shot goes wide and low and wide. And the puck stays into the zone as Robertson right. Around for Kuzo. Kuzo across, just out of the reach, picked up by Filippetti. Filippetti will give it over Hercala. Hercala up now for Chasen. Chasen dumping it into the zone. 10 seconds to go. Right on the final rush. Through the middle. Right, blocker down, and Hercala is there to stop it. That'll do it. A bunch more penalties and only one more goal as Frederick Gunn, Highlanders lead the Martlets 2-1 off of a power play goal, beating Kosarik on the 5-hole. Now the Martlets are going to have to do a lot of work and work extremely hard to get themselves tied up with Gunn, as Gunn is definitely has all the momentum as of right now. We'll see you back after the final ice cut and for the third and final period of this game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and it's the third and final period of this absolute battle. Gunn leads the Martlets 2-1. Last period, there were a couple more penalties, a very high penalty minute game for both teams. But Frederick Gunn was able to get it done, scoring their first power play goal of the night, beating Lisa Kosarik on the 5-hole. Gunn went into the second intermission, with all the momentum, but I'm not counting out the Martlets. Lisa Kosarik, Kate Epke, they've been playing great so far. Emily Kraus now for Frederick Gunn has been playing incredible. It's definitely been a battle of the goalies, and it's definitely been a battle of who can sneak one by first, second, and third. 3 goals scored, 18 minutes of hockey left to be played. It's very cold in Jackson Rink, but don't worry, Simon and I love to do this, and we're gonna give you guys everything that we've got for this third period as it is a little late on Williams Hill.
Yeah, and these two teams really put it all out there, and especially in the night of hour, or the dead of night right now, I believe it's about 8 o'clock here, Eastern Standard Time. So, a little bit past.
And Maya Palastri is going to get called early once again. Another Westminster penalty. 2 minutes for an illegal body check. And Frederick Gunn, one more time, is on the power play.
And this power play is completely different like all the other ones here, because now Frederick Gunn having this opportunity here. I mean, they really just need to take it in stride and, find the opportunity to get the goal and take the lead. Or support their lead, excuse me.
Toffolo gets it out of the zone, sending it across ice to Kuzo. Kuzo walking the outside, Gretzky curling, and dishing the puck over to Blake. Blake loses it, and the puck finds the outside of the zone. No icing is called. As Wright leaves it for her teammates. Kuzo through the middle, poke checked off of her stick.
Martlet's doing an amazing job so far on this power play kill. They've really pushed up, make the poke checks that they needed to. Really had the Highlanders lose a lot of that control so far that they've had in the offensive zone. Just doing an amazing job so far.
And a quick blocker save by Kosarik off of a shot by Blake. Quick glove save, and 35 seconds to go on the power play. 16 minutes and 13 seconds to go in regulation.
Yeah, really battling up here. Gunn, you can see on that shot there, just trying to bring that intensity they have throughout this game.
And here comes Bella Zapata, Her shot gets blocked, battle for it in the corner. And tied up. And we're still battling for it. Both teams trying to find the puck as Zapata's tied up with 2 and is brought out by the Highlanders. Surveying, and we're back to even strength. Almost getting the breakaway where the Highlanders, but it was just a little bit too far out of reach. Kosarik is there to get the whistle.
Great awareness there by Kosarik, being able to hold down the puck and watching Supan come up and just, on that breakaway and try to make a move there, just being able to hold it down, get the face off, and get the looks that now this team wants to have. Might be a game changer here.
Right behind her own net will break the puck out. Highlanders now surveying. Cross ice pass through the middle. It is picked up, pass over in front, blocker saved by Kosarik. Right now, taking a quick shot, blocked by Robertson. Robertson can't seem to get the puck out of the zone. Tying one of the Highlanders up, picked up by Chasen, and Chasen loses it in the neutral zone. Once again, Highlanders right back over the blue line. Shot, save, rebound, sits in the slot, picked up. A push pass is there, and Spitz blocks the pass as it goes all the way down into the Highlanders zone. Pilastri cycling it down low for Spitz. Picked up by the Highlanders, and now the Highlanders look to break out. Through the neutral zone, eventually dished down, and the Martlets break out. Pilastri through the middle. Zapata's tripped up, and we're going to have a Martlet power play. Interference is going to be called.
And this is really what this Martlet team needs right now. You know, with a little power play, a little kickstart them getting going, you know. Having a little energy in their cup now with this power play. Hopefully they'll be able to make some noise and capitalize on it. Tie things up, possibly in overtime. Who knows?
Who knows?
Previously in the boys' game, we actually saw a overtime Salisbury where Quinn Pine, QP 9-1, coming up big for the Martlets there in that win against Salisbury, 3-2.
3-2 overtime win. Timeout is called. Skylar Toffolo, number 2 for Frederick Gunn, is going to go to the box for an interference call. She's interfered with Bella Zapata. The Martlets just trying to kickstart something, you know. Simon, what do we think Coach Ugaldi is saying after talking to her before the game started?
Well, taking a look at what she talked about beforehand and about the focus and the effort, I think we've seen a lot of that come out in the Martlets team. I mean, especially after that Canterbury win and trying to translate that momentum, which also was a point of emphasis for Coach Ugaldi. I think the Martlets have been able to execute on a lot of those levels and right now, and I think Ugaldi's just stressing that the importance of just keeping that pace, making sure that you put all of your effort chasing that puck and outworking your team. And I think definitely with this power play here, they have a chance to make a lot of noise and definitely try to capitalize here and hopefully tie things up.
Well, the bench is definitely on fire, and both benches are fired up. Puck finds the outside of the zone. Sheeta will go back after it. She's alone. Slightly forechecking is Gil Shannon. It's picked up by Hall for the Martlets. Hall shaking one and gets the puck poke checked. Gets the puck poke checked off of her stick. Morello dumps it in deep. Merrill giving it D to D. Sheeta cycles it back with a reverse to Hall. Hall through the middle. Will gain speed through the neutral zone. Pull up. Drop it back for Morello. Morello for 2. Her shot gets blocked. Hall gives it up to Sheeta at the point. Is blocked in front. Martlet's putting on a good amount of pressure. 50 seconds to go.
Gunn doing an amazing job so far on this power play kill. Really moving up and really taking advantage here of some of the holes on the Martlets defense.
Spitz getting the red line, dropping it back, and Chasen's shot gets gloved down by Kraus.
Really gone weathering the storm here. The Martlets coming out furiously, really using that speed and intensity to carry so well into this one. We're into this power play effort here, but Gunn really disrupting the passes, disrupting the plays, you know, doing everything you want to be doing in these situations. And, you know, in games like these, you know, you look for kind of these efforts is just who can play without mistakes more, you know, who could execute better, who could set each other up, who could execute the plays. And you can really definitely see Frederick Gunn, you know, setting the screens that they want to be having, capitalizing on the power play. You know, they've been really putting their best foot forward in every way so far this game. That's why they have the lead. But you can't count out the Martlets always, you know. They always have a little kind of that kickback, you know. Definitely see if they're going to be able to use it to try to will their way through this one.
Big reverse hit by Hall at center ice. I mean, a huge revo. And Zapata gets hit from behind. No call. Pilastri walks in. Shot off the knob. And now the Martlets are going to be able to go back on the power play, but they're going to kill some time off of the clock as they now have a 6v5. Kosarik leaves the net. And cross-check on number 22. That is Olivia Kurtz for Frederick Gunn. And it's another Martlet power play midway through
and now they have
third period.
Yeah, they have another opportunity here in the third period. You know, they had one previously, but now, you know, they've seen what Frederick Gunn can do, and now they just want to rip it in front.
Quick shot. Zapata can't seem to get it done on the backside. Sheeta back in front. Glove save. And we'll take a look at the replay right off the draw. Quick shot, and then Zapata off the rebound up to the point. And Zapata trying to redirect it down, in a glove save by Kraus. White high flips it up and out of the zone. Sheeta will go after it. Zapata enters the zone, and Wright will pick it up off of Zapata's shot. Wright curls off of Morello, dishing herself the puck. And it finds below the goal line of the Martlet zone. Spitz leaves it for Chasen. Chasen shot, and right into the breadbasket of Kraus. We'll take a look at it. Spitz leaves it for Chasen. Chasen all by herself takes a shot, and an easy save for Emily Kraus. Hercala at the point with a nice move. Her shot redirected wide. Chasen still with it. Chasen behind the net. Gives it over to Robertson. Down for Spitz. Spitz up to the point for Robertson. Robertson's shot gets through but goes wide. Wrapped all the way around. Hercala's going to get it. Hercala will give it back to Robertson. Robertson to Robertson. Robertson's shot gets blocked in front by Kuzo, and Kuzo gets it out of the zone, but it'll find the bench of Frederick Gunn, and it'll play will be blown dead.
And despite this other opportunity for the Martlets, it looks like Frederick Gunn has used this to kind of gauge the Westminster Martlets power play, and have really been able to just once again disrupt the passes.
Sheeta, and it's Zapata off. I have no words right now. Zapata finds it after Sheeta's shot from the point is too hard for Kraus to keep up with. And it's number 9, Bella Zapata, for the goal, and we are tied at 2. We'll take a look.
And you could see Sheeta wind up, take that shot, and Zapata just right place, right time moment, being able to trickle over the top of the goal and just being able to bury it home for a bit of a feel-good story type of goal. You know, she went down with that injury earlier on in the game, and now she's able to get that power play goal to really tie everything up about midway through the third.
And it's a power play goal for the Martlets. Both teams' power play goals, an even amount of penalties for both teams. It's been a very 50-50 game, and we can tell with the score, but right back comes Frederick Gunn, beating Liesl Kasorik on the short side. Excuse me, it was the 5-hole once again. And it was number 12, Maria Gilshannon. And the Martlets are going to have to rebuild the momentum after it was completely taken back. 3-2 Gunn leads, 8:55 to go, and we're at even strength.
You know, when it rains, it pours. You know, one team says, hey, look what we could do. The other one call in response and says, hey, look what we could do. Gunn right there, really pushing the Martlets to the limits, able to get that goal and answer, breaking the tie almost instantly, as now they control this game 3-2. About 8:40 left in the third period.
Puck cross ice, 50-50, won by Merrill and Gunn. Dumped down, Hercala goes after it. Quick shot, saved by Kasorik. Picked up by Hercala, who goes D to D, and it's wrapped around. The Martlets having a hard time breaking it out of their zone. Gunn putting on a lot of pressure right now, as Hercala once again will send it up to Chasen. And Chasen can't get it out of the zone. Again, Blake with it, finds one in the slot. Puck finds the point, and it's blocked. And now here comes Pilastri racing after for it. Pilastri is blocked by Brianna White. And that opportunity was stopped quickly. But it was definitely a battle as White sends it all the way down. And icing is called, 7:15 to go.
And you can really see the Martlets on the brink of breaking out here. But Gunn, just their defense, able to stifle that attempt. And I think that might kind of tell the story of this game. The Martlets really close to just breaking out here and getting the goals that they need, but Gunn constantly answering, constantly being able to show up and put out the Martlets spark. And a lot of movement here as Gunn really trying to push in the offensive zone here.
Hall drops it down for Robertson. Robertson up along the boards, loses it to Merrill. Mia Merrill gives it up, and Gunn breaks out, and now a break for Blake. Blake, toe drag to the middle, off the backhand, gets poke checked off of her stick. A nice move through the middle. Sheeta behind her own net. Loses a puck, it's sent in front. and finds the stick of Zapata. Zapata hits the red line and dumps it in the zone. Toffolo. Hall will go after it, picked up by Wright. Wright is checked off the puck by Pilastri. Hall giving it over for Chasen. Chasen to the outside, shot goes wide. And Wright with a nice move to the middle. Wright 1v3, walks in, shot is blocked. 5 minutes to go. Here's Chasen, dumping it into the zone. It'll go right in front of the Gunn net. Robertson. Now Gunn looking to enter the zone of the Martlets.
And really the Martlets pushing here, just trying to find a clear here and try to break out. You know, Martlets really just one quick breakaway from getting back in this game, but Gunn just trying to keep it away, play a little keep away, a little dump and chase. As Martlets really need to try to find that spark.
Gunn putting on a lot of pressure with the Martlets. As Robertson takes it now, giving it over to Hall. Hall 1v5. Hall still with it, dumping it deeper into the zone. Wright will go after it. Hall will battle for it. Merrill still backing out. Here's Zapata diving in front. As puck is chipped all the way through. Hall will send it back for Zapata. Zapata through the...
Looks like Martlet's really trying to apply the pressure here, get that puck back in the offensive zone and rally.
Pilastri with it now. Pilastri's got it. Trying to get it on net. Won't be able to get a shot off. 3:30 to go. And the Gunn coach is unhappy with a possible hold, but icing will be called. And the Martlets with a little bit of a spark right back, but it has been all Frederick Gunn this period.
Yeah, the gunnery really coming out here and really going after it as they hold this lead pretty firm as we enter about 3 minutes left in the third period, as Frederick Gunn has 3 goals.
Merrill, indirect, racing for it, just a bit too far out of the reach of Blake. And now the Martlets right back. Toffolo hits the red line and gives it over to, excuse me, that's not Blake, that's Puskar. Zapata, shot is blocked. Sheeta once again, way over. And now Maya sitting in front. Hall shot, save, a quick save off of an incredible play by the Martlets. Chip outside of the zone. And now it's a 2-on-1 for Gunn, just out of the reach of Gilshannon. 2 minutes to go. Martlets still down by 1. Gunn will tag up as Sheeta hits the red line, and that pass is intercepted by Suppin, and then offsides is called. 1:45 to go. The Martlets giving it everything they got to tie this one up.
Yeah, these two teams, you know, it's really been a battle of the goalies here, and it's just kind of see the fans in the stands right now waving. But, you know, it's been a long game for both teams, you know, coming into this one, kind of past 8 o'clock here. Usually games don't go out for this long, so a lot of tiredness settling in, you know. A lot of kind of losing that focus, kind of realizing, hey, we have homework to do after this, you know, student athletes here. So definitely trying to refocus. Marlot's definitely trying to refocus right now and try to put the game in their hands. You can kind of see a gang of 5 students here representing the Martlet flock.
Robertson around.
Now a minute here as the Martlets really have to try to rush and find something here.
And now Kosorek, as you can see, is being pulled. Empty net. And a perfect opportunity as icing is called. It'll be 6v5 for the Martlets with 45 seconds to go. Timeout is called on by Gunn.
You know, this is a really pivotal moment in this game. About 47.7 seconds left here in the third period. And, you know, with Westminster pulling their goalie, they're trying to launch that full attack power here. And, you know, you kind of seen it through the Martlets power play that Gunn has been an amazing job being able to try to kill that power play offhanded, you know. But we did see that goal by Bella Zapata earlier on, assisted by Monoshita, that kind of proves that still, despite Gunn's defensive attempts, the Martlets really have this crucial power play, and hopefully we could try to see them here use that full force here, that full 6 people rush to try to will their way through this one, tie things up, and possibly force an overtime in third period, possibly passing the 8:30 mark. Personally, as a student here, I have check-in that I get a skip, so pretty happy about that. Well, not skip, but delay the inevitable a bit for a little hockey here, something I love doing. As we get ready here, puck drops, third period, here we go.
Opportunity, Sheeta's shot gets blocked. 2 Martlets race after it, and it's down and around, sent back. Hall now has it. Hall, pass in front. Piper, shot, blocker, saved by Kraus. 30 seconds to go. Toffolo will give it up through the middle. Empty net shot is blocked, and now the Martlets have an opportunity to regroup. Martlets regrouping with a lot of pressure from Toffolo. Toffolo intercepts it off the pass, shot blocked. 5 seconds to go. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it. A 3-2 loss for your Westminster Martlets. Frederick Gunn being able to get the job done late here at Jackson Rink. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in with us. It's Luke Rodriguez and Simon Stamba. Hopefully we get to see you one last time. I believe there is one final home game for the girls, but if not, be sure to tune in for the boys' varsity games as they have many more home games to do. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's late. Be safe, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, and definitely try to tune in for that March 1st game against Kent. It will be the last girls' game senior night for this girls' varsity team. Thank you so much.